Alright, plain white box, color photo on the front, that's cool. Space holder. Block, massive block. It's made to sit on the feet, it's got rubber feet, that's cool also. Documentation. And the power cable. Go ahead and get this open. No indicator light or anything. Everything in this world seems to have some type of an indicator light. Not that that matters to me. I think I might like it better that it doesn't have one. And the ports are labeled. You got your 65 watt max there, and then you got a 35, and you got another 35 that's black and not orange. I don't know what the color coding is for. All the rest of them basically say 35 except for this first Big Daddy, which is the 65. And then after that you got your 18 watt, and then you just got, that's the orange 18 watt. Then you just got some 2.4 amp 5 volt. Well, let's just plug into the lowliest of ports. We're getting 5 volts. Alright. Go ahead and plug in. Alright, add some load. Still stato, it's at 5.25. That's pretty decent. It's actually starting out at 519. When I click it on, it goes to 5.24, 5.25. That's pretty cool. Put a little more load, 2.3 amps. It jumps up to 5.31. Most devices go down. This is actually going up. When you increase the amperage, it's going up a little bit. Alright, let's try 3 amps of load, see what we get there. Boom. Uh-oh, it dropped down to 3.9 volts. This is not even enough. If you put something too powerful in here, it won't even be enough to power it. So you're good at 2 amps. And then if you try to go 3 amps, which you shouldn't, because this is like the unimportant ports. This is just if you want to charge a low power device. All right, let's go ahead and hit the orange one, the Big Daddy. I'm gonna put a fan on, excuse the fan noise, but my load is gonna heat up, so I want to compensate for that by giving it a little airflow in between tests. All right, that port, the orange port. I'm not gonna test the second black port because it's gonna be identical to the one we just tested. Plug into here, of course, 5 volts as predicted. Turn it up, 1 amp. It just jumped up to 502, which is odd because it jumped to like way higher on the bottom ports, and this is supposed to be the more powerful of the ports. All right, then I'm gonna turn that off. Go to 2 amps. Still staying above 5, which is what you need for devices. So I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's doing 2.2. All right, let's go to 3 amps. It's staying above 5. So you're rock solid on the orange port, charging at 3 amps, which is awesome. You could get a really fast charge on most devices with that situation. All right, let me get unplugged, set this amp load right on the fan to start a cooling process. All right, unplug. Let's go into one of the all matching 35 watt. Let me check the instructions right fast. It gives you a breakdown of basically all the ports and the amperage and watts they'll do, volts. But anyway, not what I was actually looking for. So, all right, I got it plugged into one of the C ports. Of course, I can't. It won't turn on the tester in this mode for whatever reason. until there is some load. So this device by itself should provide some load. Yes, it does. All right, 0.39 drop down to 0. So just enough load to let it know there's something there. All right, let's crank up the amps. All right, it's only pulling to 5 volts no matter what. Let's get this going to this. Because this is a USB-A load, it's probably not gonna surpass the 5 volts on it. But don't worry, I'll check it with my cell phone charger, which is super hungry. It'll go to 20 volts even. All right, so that's that. You're pulling pretty good at 3 amps. No losses at all. I'm gonna just go ahead and unplug. Let's go up to this top. All the rest of them are identical except for the top one. Alrighty, 5 volts again because of the load. All right, predictably pulling that easily. Yep, pulling everything you got, no problem, sitting steady and flat. All right, let's plug on into this. Oh, of course I would put it backwards. All right, sitting at 5 volts still. With the cell phone charger, I'm trying to get this where you could see it. Okay, so I don't know if it even came on. Let me try it again. It might be too low for this type of high power device. Okay, it powered on. Just gotta get it to charge the phone at this point now. Yeah, I don't think it even really wants to. All right, next test. All right, couldn't get anything through those ports with the USB A to C type adaptation going on. Plug on into here. Should get something high. Oh, there we go. 9 volts just by plugging it into my wireless charger. Let's see if we can get a charge started. All right, should jump some amps now. 0.5. The charging is in progress, so it should kind of. There we go. 1.247. So yeah, it's physically charging pretty good now. So all right, sitting stable. You should get decent 9 volt, 1.5 amp, one and change amp. All right, I'm gonna plug this into the top port now, which is the big daddy. All right, still got the same 9 volts. I think that might be what it prescribes for this charger and kind of limit us to that. Yep. See, I'm not getting a charge though. Oh, there it is. So you're gonna see the jump. But holding steady at the 9 volts. Not ever dropping below 9 at all. And there we go, 1.2, 1.1. So actually a little bit less amps to charge with that one. Let me get set up for another test. All right, this cable I test all the time. Very good power-wise. Shoot, I wanted to plug directly in. Let me get that set up. I'm sorry. All right, get the first bottom C port, plug into it. No load, so it still doesn't come on. Plug it into this RC charger. Of course, it sees a load. This charger's registering right here. It's gonna blink. All right, show me I can charge up to 100 amps on here. So all right, cool. Which is probably not possible, but anyway. Oh, look at that. 20 volts. So puppy puts out. Grab a battery to charge. I would have had to do a smart battery with that charger, so I'm going to switch over to another charger. Should be just as hungry though. It's gonna come on and it's gonna blink what it could do. I think I missed it already. Let me disconnect. Comes on, boom, stayed up full lights. 20.2 volts, so cooking. I'm gonna plug a smart battery into it, which will initiate a charge process, and you should be able to, as soon as I do that, I'll shift up to this so you can see some amps roll. All right, that little beep was that it is in charge mode. Jumping up, look at that. And that's at a 3 amp setting, so I'm gonna stop it. It's getting at 1.89. Look like it's 1.9. All right, going back to 89, so I'm gonna stop that charge, let it zero out, change the charge rates to 6 amp. Boom. Should get a little bit more than we did before. Oh, you saw that it jumped down. Oh, and it aggravated the tester. I think that the power supply can't really handle that type of demand whenever it blinks out like that. So it handled 3 amps, no problem. Try to get up to 6 amps, no dice. I'm gonna disconnect everything and go up to that high power port, which is that top one, and see if the Big Daddy can handle it. All right, top port, battery charger coming on. Register the top voltage, plug it in. All right, it's gonna show the battery's not full. It's gonna initiate that charge. Boom, boom, boom. Should start getting some amperage now. All right, 1.2. Yeah, this, see how the difference in the port? This port is kicking. Boom, 2.7, 8, 9. Whoa, 3. This is one of the best I've tested. It might go to 4. Oh, the voltage dropped down. You saw that? So it dropped down from 2019, which that's a problem. So now the amperage is having trouble. Whenever that voltage drops, the amperage is confused, and the battery charger trying to figure out what to do. So it can't really probably charge at this rate still, but it's still getting very good numbers. And I believe it is still charging, and it'll sustain that charge. If I didn't have the tester in, you just wouldn't know the difference. But it's easily getting 3.6 volts. I mean amps at 20 volts. And when it tries to overdo it to get to that higher amperage that it's looking for, see, like it goes up and then boom, it comes back down. So I would probably, knowing this, not charge at the full rate on this thing, which would be 6 amps. I'd go to 3 amps and have no problem. But nonetheless, this charger never got aggravated and cut out. So this will charge this battery at this fast rate. So very good output. Pretty impressed with it. I'm gonna keep using it like I do normally anyway. And if I have an issue, I will update the post about it, the review. However, I don't see nothing to talk about at the moment, and it will save me from doing this type of thing. I can kind of lean on one more than that. Probably still have to use the bigger boys maybe down here, because you know they still have, like, this one's got a 65 watt max also. It does pretty good, so I won't eliminate the use of something, because if I want to do 2 hungry devices at once, I won't be able to do it, because this will kind of max out, and probably the rest of the ports will be very low voltage at that point. But I will let you guys know.